This is a Legal Resources for the Elderly program presentation. This presentation is based on New Mexico law and is intended for informational purposes only. Because every individual's situation or problem is unique, you should always seek the advice of a qualified attorney for assistance with your individual concerns and questions. Hello, my name is Natalie, and I am one of the staff attorneys at Legal Resources for the Elderly program. In today's video, we're going to go over the Financial Power of Attorney form. First, a bit about our program. Legal Resources for the Elderly program is a joint project of New Mexico's Aging and Long-Term Services Department and the State Bar of New Mexico's State Bar Foundation. Our program offers a free statewide legal helpline for New Mexico seniors age 55 and older. Our attorneys advise on a variety of civil legal issues such as powers of attorney, estate planning, Medicaid for long-term care, and much more. Our program has no income restrictions, so we encourage you to call up our program to speak with a Legal Resources for the Elderly program attorney for free. Today we'll be going over the Financial Power of Attorney form, and you can see here at a glance it is 4 pages long. The form is available to download and print on our website, so I encourage you to print out the form and follow along with this video. It may also help you be able to better see the print on the form if you have it in front of you. Taking a closer look at the Financial Power of Attorney document, here on the first page, there are 3 major sections. First, you'll note that this is a springing, durable power of attorney. If you watched our video on the Financial Power of Attorney, we speak a little bit about what this means. For a document to be a springing power of attorney, that means that it's not going to go into effect until you become incapacitated. And for it to be a durable power of attorney, this means that this document is going to persist through your incapacity. So the document that you're completing today is not going to go into effect until you become incapacitated, and it will persist through that incapacity. In the second box on page 1, you will find information about this power of attorney. Essentially, this covers what we'll be going over in the video today. It covers the powers that you'll be giving to your agent, and that it won't go into effect until you lack capacity. Finally, at the bottom of page 1, you will find where you can begin to fill out your own financial power of attorney, and this is the Designation of Agent section. So let's take a closer look. Under the Designation of Agent section, you'll see that it says I, and then there'll be a blank line, and in parentheses you'll see your name. So this is where you would print your first and last name. In this example, I will be Mary Smith. And below that, you will fill out your street address, the city, and county where you reside. On the next line is where you will name your primary agent, your first choice for an agent that will handle your financial affairs. So in this example, I would like to name my husband. So on the first line, I will print his first and last name. Below, I will put his address. We live at the same address, so that's very easy. And finally, on the last line, I will put my husband's phone number. Moving on to page 2 of the Financial Power of Attorney, there will be 2 major sections on this page. First, you will find the designation of successor agents. This allows you to name successor agents or alternates if your primary agent is not available or is unwilling to work under the financial power of attorney. And below on page 2, you will see the grant of general authority. And this is where you will grant specific or general powers to your agent about what they can handle under the financial power of attorney. So taking a closer look at page 2, first we have the designation of successor agent. So if you want to name successor agents, this would be the place to do it. As you can see, it is optional, so if you do not have any other agents that you want to name, that is fine. Or for example, if you only have one agent that you want to name, you don't have to fill out both sections. So in this example, let's say that I want to name my daughter as my first choice for a successor agent. I would print her name here. Below, I would put her address. And in this example, we've chosen our daughter as our first choice for successor agent because she lives close to us. She's here in Los Lunas. And finally, you will put your successor agent's telephone number. If you want to name a second successor agent, you can do so. In this example, we've decided to name our son as our second choice as a successor agent, and that's because he lives in California. We know that when the time comes, he's willing to step up and do the job, but we want to fall first to our daughter, Jane, before falling back to our son. So here under our second successor agent in this example, I'll put the name of my son. Below that, I'll put his address. And on the final line, I'll put his telephone number. Moving on, the second part on page 2 of your financial power of attorney involves the grant of general authority. So in this section, you can choose how much power you want to give to your agent in regards to your financial affairs. So if you wish to grant specific authority on certain subjects, you can check the box and initial, and you can do that for any number of subjects that you want to give your agent the power to handle. Or if you would like to give your agent broad general authority to handle all your financial affairs, on line 14, you'll want to put a check in the checkbox and initial to give them authority over all preceding subjects. Moving on to page 3 of the power of attorney, we'll see that there's 2 major sections. First, you'll find limitations on your agent's authority. And below, you'll find the signature box and the acknowledgement that you will complete in front of a notary. So let's take a closer look at page 3. Here you see the limitation on your agent's authority. In this section, you can grant special instructions. And one of those instructions is you may authorize your agent to name another person to exercise authority under this power of attorney. It's a great way to ensure continuity of your care and handling of your financial matters. So if you want your agent to have this power, you will need to check the box and initial to give your agent the authority to pass on this power to another person. Below, you will also see some additional blank lines. If you want to provide any further special limiting instructions or any instructions to expand your agent's power, you may do so in this section. Finally, on page 3, you will see the signature and acknowledgement area. So once you've completed your financial power of attorney, you'll want to make sure that you do not sign this document until you are in front of a notary. The notary is going to acknowledge your signature and complete this. So once you're ready to have this document notarized and you're in front of the notary, you will provide your signature and the date, and the notary will complete the acknowledgement section. On page 4 of the financial power of attorney document, you will see that there is some important information for your agent. So there's nothing in this section that you will need to complete, but it's really important to keep page 4 with the rest of the financial power of attorney document, because there is important information for your agent once they start acting on your behalf. So on this page, your agent will find information about their duties under the power of attorney. Your agent will also find information about when their authority ends, when their authority terminates. And finally, there will be information for your agent about their liability acting on your behalf. Some tips for your financial power of attorney document. Remember that this document is only valid if it is signed and notarized. Remember, your financial power of attorney must be signed in front of a notary. So if you printed out this form and you're following along with the video, make sure not to sign this form until you're in front of a notary. In regards to this document, you want to inform your agent where the original power of attorney is located. And this is because banks and other financial institutions require the original financial power of attorney to be presented before your agent can start transacting on your behalf. So it does your agent no good, nor does it do you any good to say put this document in a safety deposit box, because your agent won't be able to access it. So it's important that the original financial power of attorney is located in a spot that your agent can get to. If you have any questions about the financial power of attorney, the form, or any other civil legal concerns that you would like to speak with an attorney about, we encourage you to contact our legal helpline. You can call us statewide toll-free at 1-800-876-6657 or locally at 505-797-6005. Thank you for watching our video.